One of the things that is just so interesting to me is that we live in a society wherein we actually have conversations about what is a woman. Actually, unironically, have those conversations. We have a sitting Supreme Court justice who says things like, I can't define what a woman is, I'm not a biologist. We in this society, especially on the left, especially Democrats, tiptoe around something as obvious as what is a woman, lest we hurt anyone's feelings. We defer to the experts. We don't want to actually define it because someone somewhere might feel left out and hurt. We proceed with such caution in this arena, the arena of gender, and even in other arenas. But when it comes to the issue of abortion, and when human life begins, all of that caution just suddenly flies out the window. And we don't give a damn at all. See, you don't have to be a biologist, but biologically we know that life begins at fertilization, when a whole, individuated, genetically distinct, living human organism is formed. And no, that organism cannot survive on its own at that moment, but that doesn't mean it's not whole. In the same way that a newborn baby cannot survive on his own, but he is still very much whole. He's a whole human at a very early stage of development. Same thing with a human zygote, a human embryo, a human fetus. Whole human, early stage of development. We know all of these things. We know that for a fact. But even if you're still not totally convinced, I don't really know when life begins. What is the answer? Why don't you err on the side of caution? Why don't you take all of this consideration for everyone and their feelings and apply it to abortion and apply it to the issue of protecting the most vulnerable humans among us? Because if you're wrong about abortion, if you're wrong about when the term limit should be, if you think there should be no term limits, if you think it should be 15 weeks, if you think it should be 20, if you think it should be viability, if you're wrong, you're ending innocent humans' lives. You're not just hurting feelings, you're ending innocent humans' lives. So why don't you proceed with caution? Why don't you err on the side of caution? In the same way that we tiptoe around what is a woman, why don't we tiptoe around when human life begins, if nothing else? I mean, we know when human life begins, but if you're unsure, why wouldn't you proceed with the absolute caution? Because this is the area where it matters most. We're not just talking about feelings, we're talking about lives. And it's crazy to me that we have this settled issue about when human life begins. And we also have a settled issue about what is a woman. I mean, previously, up until a moment ago, it was settled. And yet, with one, we're so trepidatious, and with the other, doesn't matter at all. Doesn't matter at all. It's all good. Whatever the woman wants, but we can't even define what a woman is. I mean, we live in such a backwards clown world. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's embarrassing. I am embarrassed for us. We are so wrong on so many things, and we think that we're being compassionate because we care about people's feelings and everyone's different and we're inclusive. No, we're not being compassionate. We're ending innocent humans' lives, and we're lying to people. We're just lying to people. And at the end of the day, in the long run, that hurts people. Lies hurt. Not living in accordance with the truth hurts. We know damn well what a woman is and what a woman isn't. And we know damn well when human life begins, and that we use abortion as birth control in this country. We know damn well. So let's not fool ourselves into thinking that we're being progressive or elevated or compassionate, because we're not. We're being liars, and we're being lied to.